Welcome to the Antonio Parkinson Project. I am Antonio Parkinson. Today, we are going to be talking about the top professions that are for the streets. We're also going to talk about who is responsible for pregnancy, men or women. Also going to talk about the United Methodist Church. They're allowing LGBTQ pastors in the pulpit. And it is Mental Health Awareness Month. It is the month of May. You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Antonio Parkinson Project. I am Antonio Parkinson. I got my wonderful, wonderful co-host in the building. She's none other than Angelica Jelly Woods. Give it up for her. Look at her. Look at her. She was running late today, y'all.
I was on time.
Yeah, okay. And there's that. And then there's DJ Kojak. Scratch it up for him 4 times. Bam. Right. You hear that scratch, Rachel?
I heard he helped him out. He helped him out on the back end.
Y'all give it up for Rachel Nolan. Rachel in the building. Memphis Meg in the building. Yeah.
Come on
Finally
now.
got her on the show.
Come on now.
And we are broadcasting live right here from the capital of Memphis in beautiful Raleigh, Tennessee, 38128. Is this not the capital? It is the capital. DJ Kojak, we in the capital?
We in the capital, baby.
Angelica Jelly Woods, we in the capital?
We are in the capital.
See, I had to do a chin check.
I'm a team player, okay?
I had to do a chin check.
It would not be me.
Yes, this segment is brought to you by Alliance Healthcare. We're excited, to have Alliance Healthcare as a partner with the Antonio Parkinson Project. We are the fastest growing visual podcast in the market. You better believe it. And tonight, y'all, I think we are going to hit our 1,000 subscriber tonight. Yes, last time I checked, I think we're about 34 away. So I think that's actually going to happen. It's May, Angelica. It is Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yes.
And, we're taking that very serious, rather. All month long, we are going to do mental health programming for the entire month of May, thanks to our partner and sponsor, the Alliance Healthcare. And we're going to have mental health professionals on every single show.
It's awesome.
Throughout the month of May. Oh, absolutely. We absolutely need it. This is a great time for you to like, follow, and subscribe. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and share this with someone, because there's going to be a lot of great information that comes out of this. Rachel.
Yes.
What's happening with you, Rachel? What's going on?
Nothing but the rent at MLGW.
Oh, Lord, not you just coming in.
Come in and tell the truth, shame the devil. That's what they say.
We got the pastor in the building, too. Pastor Ricky Floyd's going to be coming up in the segment, too. He looked like he's scared. Look at him over there. Look at him. What was happening?
He was twerking in the camera. Yes, and we are going to release it. If we make 1,000 followers, subscribers today, we are going to release the footage.
I thought that was a praise dance.
The Twerking Pastor.
I thought it was a praise dance for the Lord.
Pastor, we're going to release that 1K.
Yeah, if we hit that 1K, if we hit the 1K today, we're going to drop the tape. We're going to drop the tape of Ricky Floyd twerking. Okay, all right. Look, I don't know if they want to see that or not. We might be liable for whatever happens to people's eyes and their brains if they see Pastor Ricky Floyd twerking in front of the cameras. Man, that's crazy. But it's a lot going on in the city, a lot going on, a lot of things that are trending out there. But I do want to ask this. We talked about, in the meeting anyway, we talked about, these different professions, right? So much. And leave it up to Angelica to, I'm throwing it at you, Angelica. Angelica's, when we talked about the professions, we talked about different ones, and Angelica said, they for the streets.
Oh, yeah.
So we want to know, and to our audience too, which professions are for the streets. And so you can chime in on live right now. And so this is how this is going to go. How we say it's going to go, Angelica?
Don't try to hunch me.
Okay.
You are for the streets if, I think that's how it was.
Oh, my goodness. Nichelle.
You're for the streets. Thank you.
Okay.
So for example, if you're a firefighter, You are
You are
for the street.
Heat it up for the streets.
Thank you. What for the street?
Heat it up.
See, heat it up. See, thank you. You
Right.
a firefighter.
You are for the street.
The Parkinson, he used to be a firefighter.
Oh Lord, why she gonna throw me under the bus? Yes,
You are for
yes,
the street.
25 years.
Yes.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
DJ Kojak.
I want y'all to get her face over there. She
Right.
down memory lane like.
DJ Kojak.
What up?
What profession is out there that you know they are for the streets? Oh Lord, we finna get Kojak, Angelica.
Like he ain't heard this question.
Right. Like
Let me
all
see.
new
Let me
form.
see.
He got to pull it out
Well,
the archives.
If you are a Lamar Walker, you are literally
For the streets.
on the street.
I guess that
and
is a
for the
profession, huh?
streets.
Oh,
Yeah.
we gonna put him out. We gonna okay now.
Sure, man.
Respect my
Yeah, man, DJ Kojak, come on. We got Kojak, y'all.
Oh Lord, we did.
Okay.
Rachel,
Rachel, what profession?
Stay with Rachel. Look,
What professions are for the streets?
I know she don't
I'm
give it to
nervous.
us.
And start it off if you are a
If you are a professional childbearer, you are for the streets.
professional
Yes,
childbearer.
because we have women under the radar that likes to have children for the benefits. Like if you are one of those
Oh,
women
Lord, we don't win left. We
that
don't win
sell
left.
your children every tax season and every
Oh,
year
Lord,
you
we
got
don't really win
an
left.
infant
Okay,
added
now.
to your family, you are for the streets.
Hey, well, maybe they are professional childbearers.
They,
Maybe that's
they
what
are.
hey,
They
you know,
they
hey.
are not
see how they do it.
surrogates.
It's too
Don't
much
let them
work.
fool
Like
you.
1,500,
Yeah, yeah.
1,500.
How much kid going for these
15.
days?
I mean, it depends on if you go to like a legit tax company, it's like 2,000. But if you go to like one of them mamas over there behind the kitchen drawer type company, you gonna get like $8 million for one child.
$8 million. Okay, you started off with the $8 million.
Right. But Rachel, how you know that?
Because I
You done bought
don't
one?
judge. I don't judge.
You bought one?
I have given good counsel to people, so I'm not a person to judge.
I understand. I
I don't
understand.
let people do that. It's too much. Kids are too much work. I'm sorry to capitalize like tax
Yeah.
time. No.
So I got one, Angelica.
Oh, we about to go let Parkinson bring us back
I
together.
got one. Yeah, because we need an ADHD controller since it is mental health month this year,
Oh
so
God.
so look, if you are a pastor,
I'm not saying no. That ain't true.
you are for the streets.
No.
My daddy's a pastor. He's not for the streets.
Like we said,
No.
he's a PK.
Yeah,
No.
I have a good daddy.
Any of y'all pastors over here?
daddy.
Is anybody in here in this group a pastor? You a pastor?
No, but
No, but you slept
I
at a Holiday
ride
Inn
I
last
ride strong for my Bishop Kip,
Right,
and he ain't
right.
for the streets.
Oh,
Thank
okay.
you.
Hey, but I tell you one
yeah.
thing though. You most pastors that make great pastors were from the streets.
Okay, don't try to save it. Don't try to
Oh,
save
no,
it. He tried to save it.
he gonna
Hey, you gotta have a testimony.
Yeah,
I bet your bishop got a testimony. I bet
Yeah,
you was for the
mine
streets
do.
at one point.
Okay.
Your dad might have been for the streets at one point.
My dad was a pimp.
Oh,
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
That's what my daddy told me. My daddy told me, he's coming to me. He said, you know what? He said, first of all, he said, I don't like to see your mama cry. So there's nothing I would do. Ain't nobody, and when you come to my funeral, ain't nobody gonna say they had your daddy or they related to you.
How if
Everybody
he
is
was a
that.
pimp?
It was, I'm talking about with when he's a pastor.
Oh, okay. After his pimp.
While he is in his profession, thank you. While he is acting in his profession, that's what I'm talking about. Thank you. He's not,
He was a professional pimp at one time, though, right?
yeah,
That was his
I guess,
profession.
yeah.
So he was for the streets.
And he abused the drugs.
Right, he was
abused
for the
drugs.
streets, right?
I mean, yes.
Yeah.
That's his testimony.
That's his testimony, right?
because he testing you right now.
Exactly. He about to
Testing her
get poked-
pimping.
He gonna get poked
Right,
with his pen on break.
Right,
That's what's
right.
gonna
She
happen.
got a double dose, right? She's a PK twice times 2. Exponentially.
Really?
Right,
Oh my God,
right.
don't feed
Pimp
into
and
it.
preacher. Okay.
What's another profession?
I mean, you know, I tried to give you mine and you threw it under the bus, right?
I said promoter.
Oh. If you're a promoter.
Yeah. You are for the street.
Wait.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
That Rachel.
no, don't do that one because I got people watching. They know Rachel know I'm known
Yeah,
as
you
one
are a
of the.
promoter, aren't you?
Yes.
You be
street.
it's okay.
Yeah.
They 89. I'm gonna put you 89% for the streets.
No,
Right.
no, we
He's at 89.
Yeah, 89%. I put her in that low percentile. That ain't what.
Well,
No.
you always trying to soften it, but I got
I
one
am
that we can
nice.
all
I'm the
say.
nice
we
one.
promote in the streets to grow talent, to grow people to come together. For the streets, no. Work the streets for better mankind, yes.
Every promoter
All
I know.
promoters do
Every
that.
promoter I know.
I know a couple.
You know, they was for the street. You want to get in front of this line? They for the streets. But I got one we can all agree on.
Well, I'm a
Drinks
free-minded
and
person that
Right.
don't go there, Kojak.
Right.
Because this for 381 or 28.
Okay,
Right.
yeah.
Don't.
And Kojak, he don't need to say nothing after what he said.
But here's one, y'all. Here's one that we can all agree on. You know, if you are a DJ, you are
Definitely.
for the street.
I
For
said a
the
hoe.
street,
I had to go
for the
and say hoe. I'm
curb,
sorry.
for the
Right.
sidewalk, for the driveway, for the
Right.
expressway,
Hey, put that on Kojak.
for the free.
Drains,
Wow.
everything.
Oh,
Where did DJ Kojak
you
go?
messy. I wasn't talking about you, though. 'Cause I wasn't
You wasn't trying to save you.
I mean,
Don't
you
try
went
to
down the
save
whole
the
list.
Rachel.
You went down the whole list. But
Long time
was
ago.
that
You know, that
five?
was a long time.
That a long time ago.
We had firefighter. And you said pastor, and I'm not agreeing with that. We had the promoter, the DJ,
Professional child
Right.
barrier.
Public
the
relations
child.
person.
No, the child. The child bearer. That's definitely you. Got to be in the streets just to get that done.
Public relations professionals. They
That's
for
a
the
lie because most people don't even know what PR is.
street. Right. I'm sorry. My bad. We got a PR professional over there. My bad.
Saying that because I do PR for a living. Saying no,
Right, I do
and we
PR.
are not for the
I
street.
do PR too. But look, let me say this though. You know, most of those professions that are for the streets, they tend to have, you know, quite a few chillings, right?
No.
Yes, they
No,
do.
not always. There's some safe. There's
you
some
know,
safe street.
yeah.
Safe people in the street.
DJ Kojak, I'm talking to you. I DJ Kojak. I see what this show is gonna be.
It done got hot
Yeah,
in here.
it's gonna be. It's me and you,
Yeah,
DJ
it's kinda
Kojak, because we
hot.
gotta.
You got that vest on.
Yeah.
No, y'all.
It's a bubble vest.
Michelle, I'm gonna throw a flag on the play in
cold.
just
It
a
was
second.
cold in
I'm
here.
gonna throw a flag on the play for Angelica and her
You took
ADHD
yours
today.
out.
But look, DJ Kojak,
What up?
most of those professions that are for the street, they tend to have babies.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
because they for the streets, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And Rachel brought up the main one, you know, the professional baby bearers, right?
Yeah.
So now, ultimately,
Mhm.
who is responsible for preventing a pregnancy? Is it the man or the woman?
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
Who is responsible for preventing a pregnancy? Is it the man or the woman?
The woman. The woman. Everybody get quiet.
They did get quiet.
Rachel, now where we?
I was waiting to
And we're talking about an unplanned pregnancy. So,
the woman.
The woman.
okay, why you say that, Rachel?
Because you give permission for someone to share your body like that, and you should already know the outcome. And I was always taught mama's baby, daddy's baby. It didn't have nothing to do with DNA. It's about who's going to be there to be the sole provider for the child. But we got 2024 ratchetness running around. I see a lot of single fathers now. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we do.
DJ Kojak, what's your thoughts on that? And don't Kojak
Lord
at this time,
Jesus.
Kojak.
No, real talk.
Oh God.
It's. I feel like they both share. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because both of you laying down.
Mm-hmm.
So if you know it's a chance, you need to be responsible.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
That's all you got. So if you're watching, I'm come to you, Angelica. But if you're watching live, you know, chime in. If you who's responsible for prevention of a pregnancy for unplanned marriages? Is it the man or the woman? Angelica, what you say? And I'm gonna go to Michael
Unplanned
Jackson.
marriages.
You playing marriages?
You said unplanned marriages.
I mean, oh my bad, unplanned
Lord,
pregnancy.
let's see what's on your mind. What's the
No,
unplanned
it's
marriage?
not on my mind. I promise you that.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
But
not on
no,
my mind.
I feel like it's the woman because sometimes things happen where there's an oopsie, whatever. And you know, Rachel, what you scratching that scalp for? I'm gonna need you. There ain't no oopsies.
I
because when you
At
said
least she ain't
oopsie, I
back.
thought about Daisy.
Oh,
So that's
really? We need to stay. We need to get her. Listen, you don't get me off track. But no, listen.
Y'all bring some Adderall with y'all. 'cause we
Even
gonna
when
get it.
even when there's an oopsie and the woman knows there's an oopsie, even if he says no, we're okay, we're cool, and we know our body. Like I know when I'm ovulating, I can tell you right now, let's have a baby. It's the chances is high. I know my body. Parkinson, don't say nothing smart because if you're a woman, you know what I'm talking about. Everybody else, you ain't a woman. Shut up. But you, Rachel, you get what I'm saying?
Yep.
You know, and even if he says, no, you straight, I didn't do X, Y, Z, I still will get up. There's a plan B, and there's some controllables, the measures you can take after the fact to make sure that you are in the clear. You can lie. You can lie to him, say you didn't take it. What they got to do with him? You just still protect you and yourself.
Right.
So what exactly is an oopsie?
A condom can break. If it's somebody that I would say you're married to, and you're unprotected, because I think that's when you should, even though that's not the case. You may use a withdrawal method, and he didn't withdraw fast enough. It
I
could
like
be
that withdrawal like a bank.
Yeah, I'm
like
not about to play with you.
I like
I'm about to play.
because I'm telling you, you can't withdraw none out of Navy Federal at a certain time. You'll be in that line your life.
Oh God, I'm not about to play with
Out
you.
of Rachel. I thought you said Navy Federal.
No, Navy Federal.
Oh.
You said you said a Rachel.
Nah, Rachel ain't talking about no kids, no they.
Too much work. It's on the woman.
It's on the woman. Anybody out there? Anybody's?
What do you think,
feel like
Parkinson?
I feel like ultimately, and I teach my girls this too. Ultimately, they have the final say.
Yeah.
You know, because you can just not have sex. Period. Right. Ultimately, and you can make sure that things are in place in order to prevent the pregnancy or withhold from having sex. So ultimately, they have the final say in whether the act goes down, unless, of course, it's rape or something, right? But yeah, so I say, the final decision lies with that woman. But look, y'all, coming up, we're gonna talk to Pastor Ricky Floyd and get his thoughts on the United Methodist Church removing the ban on LGBTQ pastors. We're gonna ask him also who's responsible. And look, and there he is. Catch him running out of the room.
That ain't me.
Yeah. Hey, you better get back here. We're gonna show that video of you twerking. You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project. We'll be right back.
Grab a backwood and roll up. Grab your cup and let pour up. They didn't want us round it first, but now they act like they know what. Hey, but they show love, yeah, we show out when we show up. I don't even do the liquor, that shit might make me throw up. But we turned up, this the after party. Shit grabbing on my body. White girl got a bottle in the club, and that going all it. Turned up, finna wreck the party. We just brought out everybody. No, we got our have some fun. We at the after party.
Hey y'all, it's Michael Kaya and it's the Antonio Parkinson Project I'm on. They have fun around here. They got chicken and everything. If you really want to get the word, know what's going on in your neighborhood, in your community, in your blackness, you need to tune in to the Antonio Parkinson Project. And ain't even in the projects. Okay, so tune in. We love you. Keep God first.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
Welcome back to the Antonio Parkinson Project. I am Antonio Parkinson. I got my lovely, lovely co-host in here, Angelica Jelly Woods, in the building. Give it up for her.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, she is here. Y'all heard her, right? So she can't try to get quiet on the segment. DJ Kojak in the building. Kojak, scratch it up for him for a time.
Kojak came out the vest, though.
Right.
He got hot.
He got hot, yep. Hey,
I was
you hear that scratch? Go ahead,
I
Kojak.
was trying to support my son's brand with the bubble vest,
Right.
but it got a little hot. You know, home to jail. Y'all check them out.
You know, only our sons wear hoodies and sweaties and bubble vests in the summer, too, though.
That need to be
you can't do that over
health.
45.
We need to address that in
Do that
mental
over
health.
45. We got Pastor Ricky Floyd in the building. He can't get his skirt no more. What he got his lavender. Hold on now.
He clean.
Floyd came in with his lavender linen
Yes, he
suit.
did.
And you know, we were
Got the
just talking,
mushroom bit.
and we were just talking about the pimps and the being for the streets,
God,
right?
we're
And,
not doing
and the
that.
pastor, I'm like, he ain't no pimp. I ain't saying he's a pimp.
Pastor,
Now,
don't indicate.
Yeah, I didn't say he wasn't for the streets at one time now, but I ain't saying that either right now.
I don't remember.
You know, Pastor Ricky Floyd, man,
Yes.
thanks for joining us, man. You know, we're glad to have you.
Could y'all move that over right there a little bit?
Right, yeah, it's not,
thank you.
right. That's not in your shot.
It ain't in your shot.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't worry about that. But look, you know, first of all, you know, you're doing amazing things out there in our community. We truly appreciate all of the work that you're doing. You know, one of the main things that I do want to highlight before we get into the segment is the fact that you are hands down one of the biggest proponents of preparing young men for manhood.
Yeah.
Just talk about that real quick.
Yeah, well, you know, in our society right now, most of the crime that's being perpetuated by our young men. And the reason that that's happening is we serve a generation of fatherless men where there's no father, there's no prophet that's speaking, that's preparing them, that's encouraging them. I like to say it this way. A man's job is to give affection, protection, direction, correction, and to prepare a young man to leave a collection for his children's children. So the anger that you're seeing in our young boys is because nobody has prepared them, but everybody wants to punish them. And so we're in a society right now, I like to say that almost every decision is made is based off of two things, and that is love or fear. And we have a society right now where our young people don't feel loved and they don't fear anything. So they have an unconscious mindset that will allow them to do anything and everything and not have any feelings about it.
That is doing awesome work. So essentially, you're creating men. I said man.
Yeah.
I think there's men, but there's not
That's
men.
it.
Men.
Yeah.
Like,
and I like to say it this way, male men.
Yeah.
See, there are males and then there are men, but male men, and a male man delivers.
Yeah.
He delivers. He's not as much of a receiver. He realized that his responsibility is to be a giver, to be a contributor. Now you got mama boys right now. They always looking for somebody to give them some, but a male man takes pride. One of the biggest accomplishment that I have right now is my wife doesn't pay any bills.
I heard that.
And that makes me feel like a man that my wife, and she makes her own money. But I remember, Kojak, the first time I heard one of my mentors say that, he says, my money is my money. And no, my money is our money, and her money is her money. I said, hey, man, don't say that again around my wife, because I need my money, her mama money, her mama money, her child support money. I need all of that right now. But that's a goal that even these young men that I'm preparing is to position yourself to be a provider, a protector, and a prophet in your own home.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
Some people wonder why we call it the Husband Institute. The word husband means house bander, the one who bands the house together.
I never heard that.
Yeah, the one who bands the house together. And it is the responsibility of the man to keep his house together. Most time we've been taught the woman is to keep the house together, but really it's the man's responsibility to keep the house together. And that does not mean with being mean, firm, bold, arrogant, cop. It means sometimes grabbing your boy, hugging him and kissing him, sitting your daughter on your lap and rocking her. Please let me tell this one story. I remember my wife, who her mother had been married 5 times before we got married. And I remember one time I was holding my first daughter, my only daughter, I was holding my hand, just rocking her in a chair. And my mother-in-law was living with us at the time. I remember my mother-in-law walked past and she was looking. And then my wife walked past, she was looking, and she walked past and walked again. And then the Spirit told me they've never had this. They've never had a man to sit them in their arm and rock them. So when my baby got up, I grabbed my wife, sit her in my lap, and she turned into my little daughter. She just received it because it's something she's never had.
Please go to Angelica so you can catch this.
That is awesome. I had that though. I had it, so I don't know what to say. But I've been rocked by my daddy. So, but that is so sweet.
You been rocked by your daddy?
Yes, I have. Yes, my daddy. My dad was a person. He about to get. We're gonna get some alliance over there, don't you?
Yeah. Now I see why y'all had them last. There's some counseling that need to be had in this room.
We need them to see all here. All of this.
See, but what I was going to say, my dad rocks me, and my dad. Anything a man is going to tell it to me is hard. It was hard before I got married because you're not going to tell me that I heard my whole life.
That's right.
You're not going to bring me no flowers.
Yeah.
You ain't talking about my hair, how I look good.
Yeah.
Blah, blah. My daddy gassed me up. He gasses me up every single day, even today.
Yep. Man couldn't come talking no pimp stuff either, right?
No, he can't.
Because your daddy already burst you.
He already put me on game. Okay, so he did.
Right. Hey, I ain't mad at him. You know, my girls got the uncut version, man, for me.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, I wanted them to be prepared. They got the uncut version of everything, but that goes to, protecting.
Yeah,
protecting
that's part of the protection.
Too. Yeah, that
and
is.
affection.
And affection. That's right. Yeah. So the United Methodist Church just recently had their, and Angelica, you were there. You were there.
I was there.
The United Methodist Church had their annual convention, and had thousands of people there, from what I understand.
7,500.
7,500. Yeah, there you go. 7,500 to be a matter of fact. And they had a vote, and that vote said that overwhelmingly, as a matter of fact, said that they were going to allow LGBTQ pastors to take the pulpit now. And so, and that's been a point of contention over the last few years. Am I correct? With United Methodist Church nationally. And, some churches have, defected away from the United Methodist Church congregant, and now this vote has been ratified. By it was really overwhelming. I forgot what the number was, but it was a big. It wasn't but 51 delegates that voted against it. And so, what do you think about that as a pastor? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm non-denominational.
Right. Yeah. Of course. Right.
I'm not United Methodist.
But
Here's
it's a bit controversial, but
it's controversial if you want it to be. First of all, it doesn't have an effect on me. I'm not Methodist. But here's my point. I remember one time when the Raleigh Spring Mall had a bookstore in it.
I remember that,
and it was at a time when homosexuality was not as much embraced and accepted in the society as it is now. And there was a young man I noticed he kind of sneaking around, like he was trying to do something around the bookstore. I thought he was trying to buy some porn or something like that. And so eventually he came to the register, and the little girl said, he was a very feminine dude. He was a very feminine dude. And the girl at the register busted him out. She said, "Ooh-wee, you buying witchcraft and voodoo books?" And he looked around and he was very ashamed. And as he was walking out the church, I'm giving you an answer to what as he was walking out the mall, here was my mind went. If the church won't accept him, how can we be mad at him for accepting voodoo and witchcraft? So the church has a responsibility. First of all, if you don't want them, you don't accept them. Here's my question. The bigger question is, does a homosexual have a right to Jesus Christ?
That's a great point.
Does he have a right to have the word given to him? And so if you don't want him, then he needs to find a place that will embrace him as he is.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
At my church, there have been ladies who have come to my church, and they were full-blown lesbian that came with other women who was sitting, hugging in the church. And at one time, I was considered a homophobic person, but I knew the love that I needed to come to Christ. I was a Muslim at one time. I was a hoe at one time. I was an alcoholic at one time. I was for the streets, and the streets were for me. Now, here's the thing. I'm still for the streets.
All right, Dan.
Jesus was for the street.
Yeah.
Jesus went to the streets and got the people and brought them back to the house so that they can come out of the street. One of the things that happened, preachers ain't going to the streets, and so ain't nobody coming to the church. I was talking to my friend Steve Young today that says the African American church is projected by in about 10 years that a person will only go to church 4 times a year.
Thank you for my staff.
So the CME is becoming a reality. Christmas, Mother's Day, and Easter. And here's the thing. 40% of our young people identify as bisexual. 40%. Now that's identify.
Remember we talked about
how many don't identify? How many are hiding?
Right.
How many of the preachers are
How many
hiding?
are confused?
And so now when we attack them, we lose the right to attract them. I'm going to say that again. And I tell people all the time, I'm not marching for or against homosexuality. My mother reminds me when my mother was pregnant with me at 16 years old in Tunica, Mississippi, and my stepmother kicked her out. And the only person in that town would take us in was, guess who? The town homosexuality. So my mother jokes with me and tells me my first pair of underwear was bought by a homosexual.
I have a question for you, Pastor.
Hold on, let me finish this statement. Let me finish this statement. Now, this was 1960. Now, here's what another thing that my mama told me about that a lot of people were knocking on that man's door at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
In Mississippi.
Oh, yeah.
So there, and I can go on, I can remind you that one of the biggest advocates against homosexuality got caught in homosexuality. So here's my thing. Man, everybody has a right.
Who are we talking about?
I don't know. Everybody has a right. Everybody has a right to the love of God.
Yeah.
And if I'm not going to preach to them, then am I saying nobody should preach to the homosexual community?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to preach to the racists. Does that mean nobody should preach to the racists?
I don't think that's not the vote. So the two ladies, the lesbian ladies, they were hugging each other. They came to the church. Now the question is, this is where the
I'm glad you brought that back out.
The stance is, but did they go in the pulpit and preach when
Yeah.
they were not saying they can't come to the
Yeah.
church, but did they go from hugging?
Yeah, I'm
in
going to
the
address with it,
pulpit? Okay.
but thank you for bringing me back to that because though that lady is married, one of them is married, 2 children, a home in the what y'all call Raleigh, the
capital.
yes, they have a home in the capital. Another one of them is married same way. Now I've done better
married
with
to dudes, or
they married to men.
Okay.
And they are some of the greatest wives in our church right now. And here's what one of them told me. Matter of fact, they both told me the same thing. I said, "Is this you forever? Is this life chose you? Did you choose this life?" And this is what both of them told me. They said, "If a man loved me, I would love a man." Now, back to your question, them preaching in the pulpit. I asked this question because not long ago, and still the challenge of this is in our society today, a lot of people feel that same way about women.
Oh, yeah.
And so my question one time is this drunk in the barbershop asked me, did I believe in women preaching? I said, so much so I married one.
Yeah.
I'm married to a woman preacher. And so here was my question for him. If you had a whoremonger, if you had a homosexual, and you had a holy woman, and you had to choose between those 3 being your wife, a homosexual, a holy woman, or a whoremonger, which one would you choose your pastor? He couldn't answer. Now, he's a drunk. In the barbershop. So many times our own esteem issues. And so will a homosexual lesbian preach in my pulpit?
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
Will a homosexual lesbian preach in my pulpit? No.
No. Okay. Why?
I was wondering when we was gonna get around to that. I was like, okay.
No, because
Okay.
that's my conviction.
Right. Exactly.
But they might not want a black bald head man preaching in their conviction.
Right.
And I don't bother with nobody about what their conviction, their relationship with God, and their position of authority.
Right.
So if that's what the Methodists choose, man, I ain't finna say nothing with the Methodists because I ain't Methodist.
Right. Let me ask you this though. So 40 million Americans left the church over the last 25 years. 39% of millennials attend church weekly, or up to 21%. 45% of non-white millennials, and so on and so forth. But there appears to be, and you touched on it just a minute ago. Appears to be a bit of an exodus from the church. Physically, what's behind it? One, and is there a plan to bring them back?
Man, that's a legitimate question, and I understand why people are leaving the church.
Right. Why do you understand it? What do you understand?
Well, I understand. I talked to my friend Steve Young. You know Steve Young,
Steve.
and I asked Steve this question. I know
Shout out to
I'm
Steve
probably
Young.
going to get more in trouble with this response than I am for the homosexual question. I don't know all them alphabets, so I ain't take time to learn the LGBTQ.
Now that's what you're gonna get in trouble.
Then that's what I'm gonna get in trouble. Then that's what I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm not gonna take the turn to learn all them levels. I'm not gonna take the turn.
Changing, so,
I'm not going to take the turn to learn all the homosexual community.
Right.
Now, what was I going? You done got me off track.
I'm scared. I'm scared.
This is a room
The exit from the church.
Right,
The exit from the church.
right.
Well, here's it is. And 5 years ago, it's about 6 years ago, I took my wife's personal mission statement, turned it into our church, made a few adjustments, and that is we are restoring the righteous, relevant reputation to the local congregation.
Okay.
People don't see the church as righteous. They don't see us as relevant. We don't have a reputation that draws and appeals. Everybody that they say is leaving the church is joining our church.
Yeah.
Everybody that they say. There was a Sunday about 3 weeks ago that we had 49% men in our church.
That's awesome.
49% men.
Yeah.
Almost every Sunday, they say millennial. Almost every Sunday there are millennials joining our church. We have multicultural. Matter of fact, I hope I ain't gonna say that because Pursuit of God Transformation Center. We don't even call ourselves a church. We call ourselves a transformation center because lives are being transformed.
Yeah.
Here's to your question. Here's the answer. I asked Steve Young this. I saw a preacher who was hooping, and I asked him this question. I said, 10 years from now, will hooping have any relevancy in the church?
Oh, you have to define hooping because that's going to go into our lawsuit.
I know, yeah. Will what they don't do that
pretty good though.
They don't do, I normally don't do that in the shower. So
right,
but my point is, man, young people want something that's going to help, and old people now too, something that's going to help them deal with their day-to-day lives. For example, tomorrow morning, our church is open 28 days a week. Out of 30 days
a week.
Out of 28 days a month.
Oh, okay.
Out of 31 days. And here's the question that I ask people when I'm ever in front of pastors. I said, Pastor, if your church was to leave your community, how long would it take your community to know y'all is gone? For us, it's about 4 hours. Yeah. So that's why people are coming. They should leave a church. Right. If a church is only showing up in this community on Sunday and preaching a sermon and going back home, they should leave the church.
That is absolutely wonderful. Y'all give it up for Pastor Ricky Floyd in the building. Yeah. And the doors of the church are open. What's the address to the church?
The church is right across the street from the Thrift Mall. Watch this. That will be having 3 grand openings of African-American businesses. We're literally building a Black Wall Street in Frazier. Three businesses. One of those businesses will feature 4 African-American women entrepreneurs that are going to be working out in one of those businesses. Yeah. So that will be July the 1st. We're going to get Black Market Strategists to do some marketing with us on that.
And look, it is Mental Health Awareness Month. And we got Alliance Healthcare. We got Lori Powell in the building. She's going to be coming up.
What's up? It's Elise Neal. You are watching the Antonio Parkinson Project. Stay tuned.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
Welcome back to the Antonio Parkinson Project. I am Antonio Parkinson, and May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And we're going to be touching on mental health issues and solutions the entire month of May. And joining us now, before we go to Lori, let me reintroduce my wonderful co-host, Angelica Jelly Woods.
Angelica,
Angelica, what is that pretty thing? What's that in your cup?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I don't know. Kojak, what do you have in your cup?
That's a symptom of mental health. You're deflecting. It's called a redhead Jackie.
A redhead Jackie. Hey. And this is She's for the Streets.
Oh.
If you guys haven't noticed, we have drinks that are
virgin.
Maybe? Yeah, mine is virgin. I have like a mocktail. Is that what it's called? Kojak. Others have Jack Honey in it, but mine is a mocktail. Okay. And then it's called For the Streets. Okay. Oh boy. Redheaded for the street. Redheaded Jack for the street.
Pastor Floyd, do y'all do confessionals in your church by chance, so Catholic. They can come and confess their sins? Yes.
This doesn't have alcohol in it, but everybody
just
else
don't ask me any of the For the Streets questions.
Now, you're a vice president. Right. Now, I have a question for you. I have a question.
I had to look it up on the thing.
Because DJ Kojak, I want to ask a question about DJ Kojak. Angelica's ready to jump in. DJ Kojak, welcome back to the show.
I was talking to Kojak.
Appreciate it. Yeah, why the For the Street drink got to have my name in it?
I know, Jackie, right? A redhead Jackie.
A redhead
But it's okay.
Yeah.
He said it's okay. Now go ahead and introduce the guest. Got a question.
All right. Y'all, this whipped cream got on my lips or something. But anyway, y'all give it up for Lori Powell in the building. Now, let me try to set this up as much as possible, because when I say I personally know the good work that Alliance Healthcare does. So they have my full, I approve this message. They have my full endorsement. They are doing absolutely incredible, wonderful work for, mental health in our communities.
Yes.
And Lori can attest that we are in a severe mental health crisis.
Yes, we are.
And not just in the city of Memphis, but in the state of Tennessee. Step a little
Nationwide,
closer
too.
to your mic.
It's nationwide too, really, when you
Right.
think about it. And you've got my cell number, and you know you can call me anytime, and I help.
Hold on, let me put the cell number out for you. I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
no. I don't know about all that.
It's not for the streets. You cannot be calling her cell phone number. Okay?
But they are in the ticker, and the website is also in the ticker. So, you know, if you need these services, go to the website, alliance-hs.org.
Right.
Go ahead, Lori. I'm sorry.
Well, no, that's okay. So you were at our groundbreaking. So for our new Crisis Wellness Center. And I can't be more excited about that. So when I became CEO in 2018, I had this vision for like a wellness one-stop shop where you could come in 24/7 and get the help you needed. And so right now we're on the second floor of MMHI. We will be in our 55,000 square foot facility February 1st. So,
Nice.
and that's anybody, that's for anybody.
Yeah. Now, who is that for again?
It's for anyone.
So
Anyone that needs help. And you can be in crisis or you could be at risk of crisis. So that facility is also going to have an outpatient location in the building so that people can come for any service they need. So
That's awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
right. And the latest news, I don't know if you saw that, but we will build right after that on the same wellness campus a children's crisis stabilization unit, which Memphis really needs.
That is absolutely incredible. And that's absolutely needed.
Age 4 to 17, that facility. So, well, I'm just really excited about really trying to be the answer for anybody that needs help in our community. So,
Right. And it's a lot of help that's needed in
I'm
our
going to
community.
take a sip of my virgin drink.
Yeah.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
Yeah, there you go.
We
there
have
you
virgin ones. The men are just, I don't know what they have going on here. But Laura, I have an off the question topic. We're going to get back to mental health.
Sure.
Because I saw your reaction when you said for the streets. Now, was that your first time hearing that when you came
It
here?
really was.
Okay, that's all.
It's okay. And I looked it up and I was like, oh, okay.
What did it say? I'm excited. What does it
Well,
tell you?
it said, somebody that has sex with as many people as possible.
Hey, there is the definition of for the street.
I mean, that's what it is. But anyway,
Is
so
is that a mental health issue?
yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we can go down that rabbit hole. So people with, sexual abuse, trauma, sometimes that's, they deal with that. They're numb and they will go in and engage in too many sexual activities. If you're bipolar with a manic episode, sometimes you're engaging in a lot of sexual activities. So,
and that's why you're so vitally important to this show, because a lot of times people don't realize that the actions that evidence that's showing up is actually tied to a past trauma and a mental health issue.
Absolutely.
Let me ask you this. Give me five signs that your loved one is going through a mental health crisis.
wow, there's so many different ones, but one could be withdrawing from the family, withdrawing from friends. Another one could be risky behavior. And giving away, possessions, that's tied to suicide. I'm going to give away all my stuff. Anxiety, when I worked with drug, I used to work with heroin addicts. Sometimes going out on the streets and stealing, engaging in things like that for your habit. And it's just really, we're seeing more children and youth, 1 out of 5 with a mental health crisis.
1 out of 5. That means
it's increased since 2019, and the visits to the emergency rooms have tripled since 2019 for psychiatric emergencies. So we really hope that we can divert people from emergency rooms and into our facilities. They don't need to be waiting for hours.
Right. So let me ask you this. What is a common sign that is prevalent or that is visible in every diagnosis of a mental health challenge? What's one?
Well, I don't know if I can say that there's something that exists in every single diagnosis, but I can say if you stop taking care of yourself, if you neglect your appearance, poor hygiene, you're not sleeping well. I mean, those are some pretty top truancy, failing grades, And so I've talked to you about this before. So, when my husband died in 2020, my son experienced, problems in school. And we were both struggling during that time. And so now that I look back on it, I just, I immediately got him into therapy. But think about all those kids who've lost, people, not just during COVID-19, but now the trauma, the murders. I mean, we have families that we see generations of trauma, right? Children who've seen their mother murdered right in front of them, father murdered right in front of them, father incarcerated. So, and your social determinants of health, those kind of things really impact mental health, behavioral health, physical health. That impacts your ability to function. And if you don't have, like you guys, have your core, I can tell you guys are friends. If you don't have a social, outlet and support system, you're out there by yourself. You feel like you don't have anything. So.
What do you say to the people that are struggling to feel like they need your help? Because I feel like in the Black community, mental illness is kind of like
stigmatized.
Yes.
Yes.
Or we're diagnosed. Like I gave the story of my brother, which I'm sure he was diagnosed with something, and I'm not sure what it is due to HIPAA because he's in denial.
Okay.
And you can't force people to get help or to go get the help. Because I never even knew about Alliance. Thank God for your sponsorship with the show. And I wish my brother still was here. I promise. I just texted to my family. My brother grew up in this city. We're dragging him there. But we literally had him there for 3 days. And this is me being open and transparent because it can help somebody. And when Iowa, you can only be in a mental place for 3 days for evaluation. I don't know what we call that.
Yes, you're talking
here.
about a hold, like an emergency psychiatric hold.
But then after that, you can't force the person to go seek help from an organization like yourself. So what is a tip that you can give to a family that's struggling to try to help, encourage, or
well, I'm going to tell you, that's the number one question I get from family members.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
What is a tip that you can give to a family that's struggling to try to help, encourage, or
well, I'm going to tell you, that's the number one question I get from family members that'll call and say, my brother, my son, my dad, my mother really needs help. And one of the things that we do is we can send our care team out, our co-response team, and come out and talk to them, for example, and just see if we can talk them into getting some treatment. Or you can have, take the legal route and try to get the court order for, an evaluation. And then maybe get them on mandatory outpatient treatment if you know that they're not going to follow up. So we probably have about 60 people that are on our mandatory outpatient treatment that are court ordered by a judge, for example. And some of them live in our housing. So
let me ask this. You said when you had the situation with your husband, and you noticed that your son was, things were changing with your son, and you got him the therapy that he needed.
Yeah.
What is it because you were a mental health professional that you knew to do that, look for those signs?
Well, the grades were absolutely. I mean, I gave PHQ-9s, which are depression screenings, but anybody can. There's free screenings out there. I believe we have some on our website, right? So they can go to our website, do a screening, and just see, hey, because some people, they don't even know they're depressed, right? I just knew that his grades were failing and he was always gifted. And then we were arguing because I was like, do your homework. During COVID, we were all locked in, and I'm becoming the teacher, and I've lost my husband.
Right.
So I'm trying to keep it cool and be the strong mom. And then I had an 18-year-old that had just gone off to college. So that was a lot of stressor. But luckily I have 2 sisters that are, very supportive, lots of girlfriends, parents that are very healthy and still supportive. So, you got to have that support group to help you through. And what do you do if you don't? We can help you, reach out. Some of the people that have been in treatment in our addiction groups, they become friends, support each other, and then they might get certified and we hire them. So,
Awesome.
So that's something I'm really proud of, that we will hire people that want to become certified, like recovery kind of coaches, if you will.
So in that same time, in that same space, you were looking out for your son.
Right.
But what did you do for yourself? 'Cause you were experiencing the trauma too.
I did go to counseling myself, and I've kept a journal. I've kept journals since 1991. I can actually go back and look at my journal and just kind of see what I was doing. Meditation, deep breathing, things like that.
Right. Did you see any signs within yourself that were leading to that you needed
just
to
kind
get
of
some
irritability, maybe snapping at people more, because I'm usually a pretty positive person, so I could definitely tell.
Angelica snaps at us all the time. So I'm
I
trying to do something.
There's only so much you can take.
Yeah.
Right.
You okay?
Yeah.
Angelica?
Maybe you need to go see Lori after
You
this show.
okay?
I probably do.
Right.
They give Adderall.
Right. Look.
Everybody trying to get their hand on the Adderall.
Hey man, look, we
Pastor
y'all need
laughing
just
too
drop
hard.
Adderall on this table when we get ready to do the show because we are all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Lori, here's the challenge, right?
Right.
The challenge is that a lot of people, especially culturally, our people, right? One, they're not educated. You were a professional in the mental health space, right? And so those people that are not professionals, they would have seen the failing grades. And I'll give you a perfect example. After seeing some of the stuff growing up, I was a advanced placement, all A student, and seeing some of the stuff that I was dealing with in our household, my grades went to hell in the handbasket, and evidence of that, which was really interesting. I went to jail at 14 because I was going to shoot some kids.
Okay, now I don't remember hearing that from you.
Yeah, there's a whole story behind it.
Okay.
But what's interesting about it is this, when I joined the Marine Corps, my grades went to hell in the handbasket, through these traumas, went to jail at the age of 14. And then when I went to the Marine Corps offered me a free ride to any college or university in the entire country. And they were going to pay, they were paying for the whole thing. So that's Princeton, Harvard, wherever I wanted to go. Right. And so they saw,
I'm not sure if Harvard would have taken you, but
They
go
would.
ahead.
They would.
Well, that's a whole other story. Right? That's a whole other
You just
story.
took it too far. Lying was lying.
But they literally told me to choose which university I want to go to.
I got you.
Yeah,
That's
literally.
good.
And but the point is though, when that mask of trauma, right? My counselors in high school missed it. I'm still the state representative today, right? But everybody missed it except for the United States Marine Corps. And
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
And we didn't have, of course we weren't the professionals, so none of us got treatment. Growing up, think about that, DJ Kojak. We saw people get killed. We've been around abusive, homes, drug use, homelessness, right? All of these live with people with mental health issues, and none of us received the treatment because nobody knows.
We
what
weren't
to do.
talking about it too, though, right? I mean, we're at least talking about it more now. And then you have things like suicide in the Black church. You have ministers like Ricky Floyd who are talking about it, Pastor Young. And if we can, Commissioner Caswell, if we can, okay. Anyway, if we could, if we could just continue to do that, get the word out, and just say, take care of yourself, right? I mean, there's so many people that are hurting out there. So we have walk-in intakes. You don't have to have an appointment. So if you want to call, you can call 901-369-1410. Or you can just walk into one of our clinics. So we have many throughout Memphis. So
And I think the biggest thing people have to understand, it's okay not to be okay.
Absolutely.
It is like so creepy with having a child and people will call, and I'm like brutally honest, I am. And people will call, ask, are you okay? And I'd be like, no. They don't even know how to even respond. You say like, oh yeah, I'm okay. No, I'm not.
Right.
And then you just kind of a silence. Well,
was that right after you had your child? Postpartum depression?
Yeah, postpartum. But it's okay. And I was just vocal. Like, no, I'm not okay. I need some help.
I think we should normalize. I think we should normalize asking people, how's your mental health?
That's right.
Instead of not just ask them how you doing.
Right.
But
how's your mental health?
How's your mental health today?
Right.
I asked a couple people that, right, and they were so surprised that they said, How's my mental health? Yeah.
Well, people are comfortable saying, "Hey, I've got a pain in my back, or I've, exercised and hurt my hip." But yeah, we need to say, "How is your mental health?"
I'm tired. You can say I'm tired.
We should normalize it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm stressed.
We should
I'm
vote. We should vow to do
anxious.
it. Let's do it as a group. We're gonna ask 5 people a day. How's your mental health?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
But when they tell you, do we know how to respond?
Go to Alliance. We go to Alliance Health because I don't know. Some of I may not be able to help. Alliance Health can help.
.org rather. Right.
That's what we can do.
Yeah, but now that we got this resource, and I hope everybody watches this show and they share this information because this could save a lot of lives. And 72% of the inmate population in the state of Tennessee is on mental health meds. So what does that tell you? That tells you that the state of Tennessee is housing the mental health patients in the prisons.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. There's research. There's more people with mental illness in jails.
Right. Yeah.
Right. And so I think you've heard about the new mental health jail that they're going to build, but that'll have like 60 beds.
Right. Yeah. Mayor Lee Harris was talking about that yesterday.
Right.
And so you guys are going to be heading that up though, right?
Well, I don't think things have been signed yet, but we certainly will be helping.
Okay.
We're going to help. We're going to help wherever it's needed. And one of the things I'm most excited about, is diverting people from jail that don't need to be there. Yeah. So we're the largest jail diversion provider for those who are mentally ill in the state, maybe in the country. So CIT police bring about 400 a month to us.
That's a lot.
And so it might be, I'll give you an example, somebody lingering around a place and they're thinking maybe suspicious. One lady, for example, one time took all her clothes off in a manic state. And we got her in. We got her in to help. She doesn't need to be in jail.
Right.
But the wrong person might say, "Oh my gosh, she's got to be in jail. Look at what she's doing."
Right.
No, they need to be in treatment. So.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
Well, that's the other thing. So the new building will have its own first responder entry. So the fire department will be able to come in and do like a little key card thing and divert from hospitals as well as the law enforcement. Sheriff Bonner's been very supportive.
That's awesome.
Both mayors. I can't say enough about, what this is going to do. I hope for the community.
Yeah.
I'm thrilled about it. And now adding the kids to it, it's just, my heart is full with it. So you saw me at the groundbreaking.
Right.
My heart is full of joy. This is my life purpose, right? Yeah. This is what I'm here for. And so Touche has gotten to know me and knows that is true.
So you don't need insurance.
Insurance?
Yeah, you don't need insurance. I'm just asking. Anybody, you don't need insurance.
I thought you said insurance.
They are what we call a safety net provider.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
A lot of people think.
Yes. No, you don't need
insurance to come get the services.
There's a program called Safety Net. I didn't understand where you were going. I thought you meant me personally.
I'm asking questions as somebody.
I thought maybe you sold insurance on the side.
Oh, no, I don't do that.
Hey, look, she sells everything.
I didn't know.
I don't do that.
Right. Her sister does. Her sister her twin sister literally sells insurance.
Okay.
Right.
I did find out something I want to share too. I just found out about this before I came on. So DCS is contracted with us to get kids in assessment immediately statewide.
Okay.
Not just here in Memphis, Shelby County, but statewide because it's taking them too long to wait on an assessment in order to get placed somewhere.
Right.
And so we hope that will greatly reduce that. I mean, you remember seeing kids living in offices and stuff.
Right.
So surely we've got to do something about that.
Right. And we need to get those DCS workers some help too.
Right.
To deal with them.
That's right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I have a question. Sure. Besides our show and our listeners, I know because you brought this great information.
It's really good.
What are you guys doing? Because a lot of people, that's what they're saying. They say, I don't know. I have no idea what to do with him or what to do with her. They don't know it's out here.
Right. Well, that's why we have our
PR getting it ready. Look,
Yeah,
PR
well-
getting it ready. I was watching.
Right.
we've got a mental health awareness. Thank
Right.
you.
PR stay ready, okay?
Right.
She on her job.
Yeah, Diana Barziza,
Shout out
thank you.
to Diana.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
What's
we're gonna be posting and sharing through all
Yeah,
our
I know
social
all
media,
month.
too.
Yeah, we doing
Yeah.
this all
Yeah,
month.
we're going to have all of our programs, and I am excited about
wonderful.
you approved the increase in mental health funding in the governor's budget.
Right.
We're going to be in schools doing school-based liaison therapy, so that was expanded.
Okay. Yeah, that's awesome.
So give us a call and come into one of our clinics, and we want to help you. So
Yeah. All right.
through any door is what I'm saying.
All right. That's what's up. Y'all give it up for Lori Powell in the building. Alliance Healthcare. Woo!
I enjoyed this. This was fun.
Well, I'm glad you
Come
enjoyed
back,
it. Hey,
Steve.
where you going, Lori? Come on. Look,
You trying to go on the
see,
street?
man, she got her red head. She got her red head jacket. And she was
This
getting off.
is a virgin drink.
She gotta hit the streets now. Now, Lord.
Yeah, she grabbed that drink and going down here.
I'm telling you. So listen, y'all got something coming up on May 17th?
We do. It's
Okay,
our
yeah.
mental health awareness event, and we're going to be at Broad Street Baptist.
Okay. That's what's up.
First Baptist Broad.
First Baptist Broad. Pastor Keith Norman in the building. With shout out
Yeah.
Pastor Keith Norman.
Yes.
Yeah. So listen, y'all make sure y'all support Alliance Healthcare. The website is in the ticker going across the bottom of the
Yes.
screen. It's alliance-hs.org. Make sure you go. Make sure you take your family members. You know, those that need the mental health interventions. Y'all use them because they are a valuable
I can't wait to
asset.
see
One of
them. I
the
can't
most
wait to see
valuable
them.
assets that we have.
Addiction too. So
Okay,
whatever
yeah.
you need.
Addiction also. So make sure to do that. Look, we have to wrap this show up, but let me tell you this: Alliance Healthcare is with us all month. All
Yes,
month.
I'm excited.
Right.
You know, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. We're doing this all month. That's
Yeah.
how important this is. Also, next week we have comedian Joe Torre in the building. Y'all give it up for Joe Torre. Yes. And we have Ladia Yates that's going to make her appearance. She might do a little juke in here. Give it up for Ladia.
Is she gonna teach me how to jump?
Teach you how to juke. She can teach you how to, I don't know, Angelica. I don't know.
Never mind.
Man. You know, this.
I'm going to have to look that up too.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
you gonna learn a lot, Lori. You gonna be ready.
That's right, Lord.
You gonna learn a lot hanging with us.
We
Okay?
got our own glossary coming out.
I'm
believe it or
telling you,
not.
I got to.
Believe it or not. So look, make sure you watch, follow, subscribe, share. It's the Antonio Parkinson Project coming to you live from the capital of Memphis, right here in Raleigh 38128. And we will see you next week. Thanks for joining us.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
Powered by Black Market Strategies.